Hi and welcome to the Malat cookery channel. So on today's menu is Hungarian beef goulash. This is one of the first recipes that I ever taught our children to make because it is so easy. It's also delicious and relatively inexpensive, so it is quite a cost-effective meal to make for the family. As usual, a full list of ingredients will be given at the end of the video, so let's have a look at those ingredients now and anything else we're going to need for today. So the ingredients for our Hungarian beef goulash: I've got 700 grams of diced beef, this is stewing steak, 2 large red bell peppers which have been sliced, 500 millilitres of beef stock, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, 3 tablespoons of paprika, 1 medium white onion which has been diced, 100 grams of plain or all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and nearly as important as the paprika in this dish, 2 teaspoons of caraway seeds. So it's really important that you make the effort to get caraway seeds, because caraway seeds give a very distinct Eastern European flavour, which is obviously where this recipe is from. Not putting caraway seeds in a goulash dish is like not putting allspice in a Jamaican jerk dish. It just doesn't make sense. So the first thing we do is we add our pepper and salt to the plain flour and just mix that in. So this will give us a really decent seasoned flour to work with. So once we've created our seasoned flour, the next thing to do is to add the beef. And we just want to make sure that this beef is well coated. So now that we've got our beef coated, the next thing to do is obviously go through the cooking process, so I'll show you that next. So to cook the goulash, initially we're going to be doing it on the hob, then we're going to be placing the pan in the oven. I've already turned the oven on 160 degrees centigrade to get up to heat, and I've chosen a pan which has a lid and is suitable to go into the oven, so that's quite important. So I've got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan. The pan's up to temperature, so the first thing we do is add the onion, and all I'm going to do over a low heat is just to sweat these onions until they start to go translucent and soften. That should take about a couple of minutes. So once the onions have softened and started to break apart, we then add our beef. And we're just going to cook this through for about 5 or 6 minutes. So the beef started to brown now, nicely on all sides. So I'm just adding in the tomato puree. I'm just going to cook that through for a minute. Now I'm going to add in the caraway seeds. And again, just cook through for a minute or so. At this point you can add in just a little bit of the stock, the beef stock, just to stop the meat from sticking to the bottom of the pan. Okay, now I'm going to add the peppers, the red bell pepper. And about half of the beef stock. I just want to bring this up to a simmer now before we add the paprika. So we're up to a simmer now. We add in the paprika. Make sure that's really well mixed in. The smell, just unmistakable. Okay, so once we've mixed in the paprika, the rest of the beef stock goes in. And this is going to stay on the hob on a low to medium heat to get it up to the simmer, then leave it there for about 5 minutes before we transfer the pan with the lid on top into the preheated oven. Okay, so this has been simmering for 5 minutes, as I said. We've got the oven on 160 degrees centigrade. It's up to temperature now. I'm going to place the lid on the pan, and this will go into the oven for 2.5 hours, and then it'll be cooked. So that's it, a really short video because Hungarian beef goulash is really easy to make. Please subscribe to the channel. As usual, hit the like button if you've enjoyed this particular video, and thank you very much for watching.